Poggers. Hello. I'm really hip with the kids. Oh my goodness, I am exhausted. How about you guys? Good afternoon, I think, for most people there. Hello, hello. I am dying from my allergies right now. I am so stuffy, so I apologize for any sniffles, any coughs. I am being attacked right now by my allergies. But good to see you guys. Raymond, Jordan, Nami, Sophie, Cloudy, hello. Flint and Steel, indeed. Playing Split Fiction. Oh, I hope you guys have a good time. Hi, Exis. You know, funny enough, speaking of Split Fiction, Sister Elska actually expressed some interest in that game. I wonder if maybe eventually we'll be doing that. Maybe. No promises. Water bucket release. So how many people have seen the Minecraft movie at this point? Sorry, give me some water. Man, I just got back from my daily jog, so I am a bit also tired. I think that's also why my allergies are starting to really attack me, because it is like super duper windy outside for me. So I was jogging, I was just like, it was a little rough out there. 2 days straight of cold, rainy weather. I'll trade you. You want some windy, dusty weather? Because that's mine right now. At the very least, it is cloudy outside. So, I did not suffer from the disgusting rays of the sun. So, that was a lot better, but it was very windy, and I was dying. I ended up more abused than the chicken brought to the theater. I'd end up more abused. Yeah, that's some sad news hearing about the people who kidnapped a chicken and then abandoned it for that movie. Yeah, if I ever actually want to see the Minecraft movie, I will either A, wait till it comes out in theaters, or comes out in, on a direct streaming, or when it's still in theaters, I'll wait till like the last week. Because I do not want to deal with those people. But hey, we are definitely going to be doing some fun chicken nuggies next week, because I feel like I owe, it's been long enough and I owe it to, specifically I owe it especially to Tyler. Bossy, stay with Tyler. Also, thank you for the $1.49. Tyler, because the original person who donated for that meme was Tyler, so I definitely owe it to Tyler. But yeah, 60 nuggies. I'm gonna probably die. I'll team up with you if you so this is a 2-player game. No, I was actually Jordan, I appreciate the offer, but I was thinking with Sister Elska, that is. Why is it cloudy outside? Because the clouds moved and it's in the way of the sun. And they formed over the head. Trapped the busiest week of my life since this is nice. Massive Legend, what happened in your life? Mine has not been the busiest of my life, but it's definitely been busy. Oh man, I thought this weekend I had to go out of town to run and help some family members, but we're gonna be doing that next weekend, so I was a little bit more stressed out. I was like, oh man, I gotta go out of town, and then immediately I gotta go back to work, but thankfully that is not the case right now. But next weekend I do still have to go out of town. Man, but I do have a lot of stuff happening. I shall send 2 peaches. How about I throw you off of the poop deck and you have to walk the plank? I barely do half of that and I'm a big eater. Yeah, I'm assuming I'm not gonna be able to actually eat 60 nuggies. I'm going to go as far as I can though. I'm expecting I'll probably tap out at 20. That's my guess. Hubba, Husna. Hello, good to see you. Bless you. Thank you. But man, work has been so dumb. For me at work earlier in the week, we got like our entire shipment truck mixed up. So I had like multiple trucks at work where it was full of things we didn't need or order, but they didn't let us send it back on the same truck, so we kept having to take them off of the truck and then put them on the next truck. So my store was an absolute mess. I was so busy and it was really dumb. So it was very tiring. But hopefully it's all cleaned up now. Hopefully. I don't know, I'm not there today, so I'm gonna go in and hope it's gone by then. Hi, Ezekiel! I actually went to the real gym yesterday. My sister was dropping me off at home and I decided to go to the gym with her. Working out is hard when you don't do it. Working out is hard when you don't do it. I actually hadn't worked out in a while. I want to say like a month and a half. And I finally did it a couple of days ago. I think I did it on like Tuesday. And I was like, you know what? I'm fine. I'll just do a full body workout. I won't really worry about it. You know, I'll do a jog. I'll do my arms. I'll do my back. I'll do my legs. I'll do my butt. I'll do my abs. You know, I did everything, right? I did like a solid hour and a half. Pretty decent workout. And then the next day I woke up ready for work and I went, ah! That was not a good thing. Well, I should have picked one to be in pain. It was not great. It was not great. But yeah, it definitely, even if you miss, like I said, like a month or even like a week, yeah, it could definitely build up on you. That's why consistency is really important when you do it. Which is why even when I can't work out, I'm trying to be more active in the at least the cardio and doing more jogging. I've been doing jogs and walks usually at least every other day. I've been trying to do every day. So I'm definitely still getting it in there, but you know, work has definitely made things very busy. Ezekiel! So close to 30 on the straight peakness. Also, yes, Steel Ball Run. I do not know anything about JoJo except for season 1, 2, and 3, I think it is. I watched season 1 and 2, and I've seen a good chunk of whichever one has Star Platinum. And Matthew Mercer as JoJo. That's all I know because man, who was I watched it with I can't remember, Sister Oska or a friend of mine. I don't remember who I watched it with, but we watched a good chunk of it. I did not at all finish it though. People work out at least once a week. I try to work out 2 to 3 times a week, but I haven't really been able to. Which is why the weights I have at my house, I don't have like a gym, right? I don't have a gym near me. So most of the time when I work out, it's just like stuff I have here. I usually only go to a physical gym like, I don't know, one or 2 times a month because it's just like, it's pretty, I don't have one near me. So it's only like when I'm in town or something, I'll stop by one. But, so most of the time I just do stuff I have at home and I really only have some dumbbells. So, I'm actually at the point where I need to upgrade them. they're too small, too light now. But yeah, I try to work out decently. I'm a mover and we had to pack up and rotate everyone in this law firm. 2 weeks of work in 5 days while still studying for my master's exam. Massive legend, that's just actually impressive and like 10 out of 10. More power to you, dude. I don't know if I could do that. I get tired just about my one job. I don't know if I could do that and school. So props to you for hanging in there. That's just straight up impressive. But why did you have to do so much work in 5 days? Did you even have the manpower for that? Were you trapped with just like your normal squad and you just were like, hustle up, we gotta go. I can't wait to finally see part 7 animated Uber Peak. I know I need to watch JoJo, but I get so overwhelmed when an anime or show has more than like 12 episodes because I'm like, 12 episodes, if it's a day off, I could finish that. That is no problem, right? But if it's any longer than that, I sit there and I go, when can I figure out the time? I know, because I always want to be a person that binges a show, right? I don't want to have to be like, all right, 1 episode before bed, and then, you know, what happens if there's something really interesting, then I just won't sleep, right? It sucks. I can never do that, which is why something like One Piece is so intimidating, because that one's something you have to pace yourself at, or else you will probably die. I don't know anybody who could watch all of One Piece within, like, there's too much, right? You can watch all of One Piece back to back to back in like a month, right? It's gonna take longer than that, huh? Busy, busy. Redacted. I try to stay nice and fit and strong because it's just the kind of person I like to be, you know? It feels good. Feels good. Also, I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but whenever I work out or even when I do sports or anything, that it may be weird, but the pump and the feeling feels really good. But it's that also like I don't know, the pressure you put on your body ends up just, even though it can turn into like pain or uncomfortableness, it has that it has still a good feeling. I don't know how to really describe it. Like even if I do sports, right? Like I've been trying to get into some skateboarding because that's what brother-in-law does, right? So I skateboarded with him a couple of times and I got myself a skateboard. Like I have no fear because it's fun to like work your body that way, right? To one, the effort that you're putting into the actual skating itself, you know, trying to get on the board, but even just like the falling down part, you're just like, I am working myself. And even though like I got a boo-boo or something, it means, you know, like I'm using my body to its, you know, to a good fullness. And I don't know, it's just, I'm a person that likes to be active, and it feels good to me. In any aspect. So even if I fall down, I get a scrape, it doesn't really mean anything to me. It means like I put in effort, I'm using what I have, right? Like my physical being. Could get a sandbag like I did. I would definitely love to have a sandbag. They're just really expensive. I don't know if I will ever be able to afford one. Because they're like in the hundreds, aren't they? I don't know if I could ever. I also don't know where I'd put it. I don't have like an area in my house to work out in. I have the little bit I have in the living room, and that's about it. I got like fingertip to fingertip straight out T-pose is like all the space I have. Welders apparently use different metal for lifting stuff over here. Ooh, maybe I should be a welder. 12 episodes in half a night's rest and being sad Dorohedoro was so short. Dorohedoro is too short. But that's okay. Just read the manga. You'll get more. I actually still haven't watched the show. I still haven't watched the show to Dorohedoro. I've only ever read the manga. If you watch 12 episodes of One Piece a day, you'll be caught up in 100 days. Ah! Ew. Does that include the 4Kids dubs, or is that without the 4Kids dubs? I saw somebody say they started and got caught up on One Piece in 6 weeks, but it was a commentary not on a channel, so I don't. That's crazy. 6 weeks. What do you do to yourself? Like, I don't know how. Like, I couldn't be able to like sit down and pay attention to that either. Like, I'm doing stuff. There's no way I could be able to just have it running in the background. I don't know. I guess maybe. Part 7 anime Johnny Pants have no stars print. Literally unwatchable. Boo! Do any of them have chaps? That's the real thing. I did that mistake once. I had to work at 10. I woke up at 9:17. Binge watched anime. Yeah, I have a problem sometimes. Luckily, I've been doing okay with my sleep the last couple of days, but there are times where I have absolutely like, oh, this video, I'll watch like 20 minutes of it and then I'll watch the rest at like work or something. And then I'm just like so intrigued. And it's like 45 minutes in, there's still an hour left, and I'm like, oh, whoops. I guess I give up. Been checking myself out in the mirror after an arm and ab workout. Dude, it is so fun to check yourself out after you do a workout. Like, there is absolutely zero shame when you do a workout and you look in the mirror, because man, the way your muscles swell up and you can actually see like the physical blood and pump in your arms. It's so satisfying. So satisfying. Do be shocked how keeping a body fit and healthy makes it feel better in the long run. It really does. I will say the hurdle of getting into the habit is absolutely the hardest part. Like when I got out of the ice, right? Like, it was entirely like, sit down, figure out the world. Like, I wasn't really allowed to do much. And then once I was allowed to be free, it took me a while to get into the habit because it just wasn't there. And my body was rejecting it kind of because it just was like, ow, pain. So it does take like a solid like 3 weeks of commitment before you really start to be like, oh, look at my watch, time to work out, right? And then you like go up and do it. Those first couple of weeks, first couple of months, I would say, even for me, was just like, no. it was a lot. They were revamping the offices, new carpet, paint, etc., but they had to stop because of scheduling issues, so we had to put everything back so they could get back to work. Wow. So you took like most of it out, and they were like, hold up, pranked ya, put it back, and then you had to put them back, and then what? Are you coming back next time? Hopefully you guys still got paid for that shenanigans. That's just a little silly, a little wacky there. I run with my mother and my dog, so his claws are filed down, so I feel great even if it's like 20 minutes. Yeah, I mean, even if it's like anything small, from like a walk around your block to a small in-place jog in like your house, like those things really do make a difference if you put in the effort, right? And like you said, like 20 minutes isn't that much, and it really does help you in the long run. Beeves made me read, still never watched. Oh, Dorohedoro? Because, that stuff is banger. I am excited for the anime, but I don't feel like the true style could ever come through with the anime, of what Dorohedoro is. It is just such a fantastically drawn anime. I just, if anything, even if you don't have any interest in what it is, I do recommend still, like, looking at some manga panels, because it is so cool. One Piece has a crazy build-up every arc, but it always pays out in the climax. That's what I've come to understand. It's become more shonen, right? Like a Naruto or Dragon Ball, right? Where the next best thing is right at the very end. Aluminum is the lightest to use. I recently learned this from someone tossing a 3-foot-long, 6-inch wide pipe. That's fair enough. That makes sense. What's the heaviest that they use? One Piece is the only show that will make you cry for a boat. Do they have living boats? Do they have like boat people? Is it Wind Waker? I'm still busy at work, but I thought I'd say I hope you have a good day. You too, Morglord. Thank you for saying hi. Thank you. Definitely an easy thing to do to have a video. I'm still watching on the computer when I know I should be sleeping. Yeah. The one thing that sucks about me having YouTube Premium is the factor that it saves your spot, and even if you open it up on like a different app, no matter what it is, if it's on your TV, your computer, or your phone, it will always give you the video exactly where you were. And that is like such a nice feature, but also it's the worst, because I will just be like, you know, I should just find like a 10-minute video to watch before bed, you know, something to background noise while I close my eyes. And then I turn on the TV and it's like that 4-hour video I was watching at work earlier in the morning. I'm like, I'll just watch a little more. Just a little more. And then I'm stuck. I've been told I would love Baki. It looks very wacky, very silly. It does look like it would be good for me. Worked out so hard, she needed to. Yeah, I needed a huge ice bath. I have never had an ice bath. Does that actually do anything? I thought it doesn't really do much, except maybe increase your pain tolerance. Hi, Christian. Friends said they're going to go for Johnny Joestar physique. I sent a pic of them in the Discord. Ooh, let me see. The cool thing about just chatting is that I can actually see stuff posted in the Discord. Johnny Joestar. Is that the blonde one? I can see that. He's like he's got a slim. If he's the tall blonde one with the brown hat, he's got kind of a swimmer body, very lean but still fit. I can see that. Which, speaking of, I'm actually gonna be starting to swim this summer. My local rec center doesn't open the pool until May, but I'm very excited to do some swimming, like actual lap swimming and stuff. I have not done it in a long time, but I am quite a big fan of swimming. That's another thing. If you want some good workout and you want to still cool down in the summer, I would definitely recommend getting into swimming. It is awesome. I love swimming. Friends said they're going to go. Oh wait, no, I read them. I'm sorry. We're going back at 2 weeks. We were moving them before, and they're actually really nice people. Just a massive snafu. Ooh. So this was just a oopsie poopsie, right? Massive Legend. This wasn't like a I don't know, like what this was like a just a misschedule thing, not like a rush kind of thing. Like they didn't call you like 2 days before and be like, we need it now, and then like, wait, stop. Definitely would hold off since I'm already started on the anime and they promised more this year. It was much worse looking in the mirror after not working out for a long time. My ID expired when getting a new one. I saw him 50 pounds heavier from a year ago. Hey, Nami, we call that bulking up. So you're bulking up so that you can really distribute all of that gains into your muscles, right? So don't worry about it. I'm sure you look perfect either way, even if you don't. But we call that bulking. One boat in particular gets quite an arc, more than just boats. Do they have feelings? Do they talk? I don't know. Is this a Wind Waker boat? I almost continued the Cuphead challenge run last night in my bed. What is the Cuphead challenge? What is that? Do they have sentient boats? Well, yes, but actually no. They don't have sentient boats, but they do have sentient boats. Oh? Do they have like a spiritual connection? Is it their persona? Their boat sona? And they can feel when their boats get demolished? I don't know. I've been watching cave diving videos before. I couldn't do that. The crawling aspect through a point where you could get stuck is definitely not for me. Especially because I girl and I have things in the way. So I don't know if I really want to. I could really like stand that. I get so uncomfortable thinking about the pain and getting stuck. But if I would, like, I would definitely be okay if it was one of the ones where I knew it exited, I think, into, like, one of those big pools, right? Where you get to, like, go down the river or whatever. I've seen those where it's a really, really tight spot. But once you get through it, it's, like, a big, like, spring or something. Like, I feel like those would be okay, because those are, like, not as long of a distance. And if you get stuck, there's, like, always people there. I could not do it if it's just, like, I found a cave. I'm going in. Someone post the pizza mozzarella loop in Discord. What is the pizza mozzarella loop? I used to finish my showers cold to close my pores and wake up. Man, I've taken cold showers, that is fair, but I cannot get my, like, hot showers are just too nice. They're just too nice. The amount of relief that they put on my muscles are just, I could never turn them away. I love hot showers. I'm sure once it starts getting hot, I might start getting some cold showers in there. But you're not really supposed to take cold showers in the summer either, because you don't want your body to warm up and then you step out in hot. Like, I get it, but sometimes it's a little nice, you know, run through sprinklers and stuff. You can't really take that away from me. Now would be a good time to make a Brie fan art for a live reaction. Dang, I'm busy drawing Lizardman. Nah. There's no rush. Just draw your Lizardman. Lizardman probably funny. Is it Kaiman? I also find it funny that Kaiman is named Kaiman in Dorohedoro still. That's a type of alligator? Type of crocodile? One of those. Hi, Nightmare! Don't let water freeze around you. To be fair, that happened last time. I don't know if I want that to happen again. I might lose another 2,000 years. Osmium is the heaviest metal. You think I could lift that? I wonder how much it is for like a small, like, penny sized of that metal. Might do some swimming. I've injured my foot, so I can't do barefoot running for a while. Ooh, swimming would be good. Swimming also is like that perfect middle ground of if you need to do any sort of workout, but you need assistance, right? So, for example, I have one of my aunts got a very bad boo-boo during her job like 2 years ago. and she's been having to do physical therapy on her arm for the longest time. And it's just, instead of not being able to work out or to really, you know, put any effort on her body, since, you know, she's like completely crippled on like her right arm, she just goes into the pool and then she can do it. And so like the pool just does it. Do you need help walking? You go in the pool, start doing some therapy through there. Like, I don't know how the water does it, but the water just makes it so you can do all that. I can't swim. The YMCA won't cure my cowardice. Didn't dive into the deep end like everyone else when it was done. You can't swim? Like, you actually do not know how to swim, or you're just spooked by swimming? I wouldn't say that you should be too scared, especially like, there are so many people who are even like really old, right? You would like, they're like, you could go any age range, and there's actually a surprising amount of people who don't know how to swim. There's a specific point in especially the United States where like nobody knows how to swim. I feel like it's somewhere in like the Midwest area. I'm not really sure. But there is like points in where it's like majority of people don't know how to swim. Like, I would never feel like, I never feel bad. Like, especially if it's like something like swimming or riding a bike, whatever it is, like the factor that you're putting in the effort to learn and to do something new with yourself is like, you're already doing something more than anybody else would ever do. Like, never feel bad about that. I love swimming. I feel like I was more fit when I swam a lot back then. You probably were, because you would be surprised about how much gains you get from the water, right? You work like everything. Lucifer 788, 7888. There's 3 8s. Hello, good to see you. The winter bulk. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I almost through all of winter, because it was the holiday season, I basically did not work out at all. It was entirely just me at work that I would get any like fitness in. And because it's work, you're not doing things properly, right? So even though technically I was running around, I was lifting things, whatever, but with the stigma and the expectation. Oh no, I didn't have sound on. No, I didn't have sound on for the throw. Oh, Suvi, I'm sorry. There we go. Sorry. I'm doing good, Lucifer. I'm just hanging out with everyone, having some chit chats. Been busy at work, so just wanted to hang out for a little bit here because it's my day. I'm bulking up to the shape of my dad without the ability to bench 250. Hey, if you ever think about what was that, you can throw things at me if you do exclamation throw. So I didn't have sound on, so I had to put it on for Sloofy so he could really experience the echo. But if you ever like are wondering, like, there's so many different body types and different things that people can do. Like, I don't know if anybody's ever watched sumo wrestling, but sumo wrestling is so cool. Like, I really wish there are such things as women's sumo wrestling. It's not like it's slowly getting there, but it's still like very traditional over there when it's Japan. But like, they are 24/7 doing their stuff, and if they ever stop, they could like straight up die. Like, their bodies are being pushed so far, it's crazy. Sumos are built like absolute units. I would totally be down to watch some sumo wrestling with you guys. I didn't think I know much English. No worries, Lucifer. No worries, no worries. I'm just glad that you're here and having a little chat with us. But yeah, I would totally be down to watch some sumo wrestling with you guys. Like, that stuff is banger. It is so cool. Especially because sumo wrestling, they have what, like, is it 4 tournaments in a year? And those tournaments last months. It's like 3 on, 2 off or something like that. It's crazy. They are, like, they have to do it 24/7. It is constant how often they have to do their sport. Nah, just a misschedule that they didn't catch, but one that made my knees and back scream. I can only imagine. You're doing, like, a whole office, right? So you're doing, like, every single kind of furniture there is. You're doing the break room. You're bringing out the fridge and the probably not like microwaves. A little smaller than that. But then you're bringing out like the big desks and then all the filing cabinet. I'm sure it was absolutely awful. To be honest, ZZZ has animal people, and I was imagining of a small, goofy lizard guy who's super agile, slashy, abiding with parries and unique dodges. That would be really cool. Whenever I think of tiny lizard men, I think of lizard men from Fantasy Warhammer. I specifically, they were like my main team when I played Blood Bowl. And I loved them to death. So whenever I think of tiny lizards like that, I think of those tiny lizards from Blood Bowl. I feel like Beebs is... No, I would never do that. I would never do that. The only time I would maybe do that if it's like chest level, like goes up to maybe your abdomen, kind of. Like you could stand up, right? Like there's like no physical way for you to actually die is the only way I would ever do that. But even then, I don't know. I can't do that. I'm not that mean. I'm mean, but I'm not that mean. How were the nuggies? No nuggies yet. Nuggies are gonna be next week. Because if I eat those anytime now, I'll probably explode. I have to prepare. I have to prepare. I have to get the emergency everything in case I need it, because I'm sure all of the grease and disgustingness in those nuggies, I'm going to need every bit of help I could get. Also, the nether sauce, it doesn't, isn't it just in one of their normal sauces, just labeled differently? I went to look at it and it's just like, it's a hot sauce. Okay. You want that muscle mass? You gotta start training, Mossy. I have Pathfinder's build from Apex, a refrigerator. Ultimate pain to lose hitbox. You're all chest, Sloofy. Hey, that means you definitely can't skip leg day, though. But that also means you could maybe be pretty good at boxing. Mm-hmm. What's the clips at top of right screen? You want to watch instead of Subway servers or whatever, you want sumo wrestling? I also want to apologize for sounding rude and voluntary. Oh no, Jordan, you are absolutely fine. I was not mad at all. I was not mad at all. I am grateful that you offered. I was just saying, it was Sister Elska who brought up wanting to play, so I would probably play with her, and that's all. That's all. Dark Brie would probably throw you in and watch you drown. Dark Brie would absolutely throw you in and make sure she also, while she threw you in, she made sure you hit the side of the pool, right? She made sure you would be very dead. Frieza Sparta kick you into the pool. If I did, at the very least, it would be where I would get you out. Hi, Jared. Taco! It's been a while. You've been streaming while I'm at work, but I thought I'd pop in on my break and say hi. Thank you, Taco. I'm sorry that, I know, my schedule changes at least like every 6 months. So I'm sorry about that, but I appreciate you still saying hi. And the 27 months, it means so much that even, you know, as life goes on, you still got my back and you're still there. So thank you, my friend, and good luck at work. Would I hear me out 120 takoyaki? I would probably explode just as fast, but I would be more willing to push myself. I love takoyaki. Just because I'm curious, do you play horror games? Night Shifter, I do. Horror games is my favorite genre of video games. Be also Sister Else could play, also are also working out. Oh, awesome. Good for you, Jordan. I am proud of you guys. I hope that you know, you guys are out there wanting to take care of yourself. In every little way, whether it's working out, you know, having your apple a day, or anything from making sure that you get plenty of sleep. You take care of your mental health too, you know, get your hobbies in there. All that matters to me is that you take care of yourself. I'm glad I got to enjoy new picture videos of my baby niece each Monday when grandma goes to babysit. Get to hear her being silly over the mic when gaming with my brother. Oh, that's cute. Oh, I'm so happy. That is so cute. I'm so happy I get to see my niece all the time too. She is a gremlin. You're the worst sometimes, child, if you're watching. And Sister Elska. But, love them to death every day. Life would be so lame without him. Even though she's a demon. My niece is one of those kids that are too smart for their own good. and they definitely use it against them, against people. I guess you two decided to send a notification 30 minutes late. No! I'm sorry, Berserker, but hi. Good to see you. We're gonna start gardening soon. Lots of hoeing and pulling weeds. Gonna have an iron back and thunder. That's what we aim for in this house. Let's go. But that is super duper cool. I wish I had space in my house for a garden. I don't know about you guys, but I have come to learn that I love apples. Just so much. I don't know what it is. It was like 2 months ago. Mama Elska just went to the store and she just got like 3 apples. And I ate all 3 of them in the day. And that was like all I ate. And I went, Mama, I want more apple. She's like, okay, I'll get you more apple on way from work. And I go, yes. And then she came back home and got me like 5 more apples. I ate all 5 of them in 2 days. And then it's just become this stream of me eating so many apples and I want more apples. I don't have any apples. I haven't had any apples all week and I'm like going into withdrawals. I don't know what it is, but I have just been eating so many apples. But yeah, the doctors have nothing on me now. WrestleMania's in the... Oh, WrestleMania! I'm gonna be honest, I've never actually seen any live wrestling. Maybe this was the time we start that. Maybe I gotta look into that massive legend. Also, sumo wrestling starts end of next month, so we might do some sports watch-alongs. We might watch some wrestling. We might watch some sumo wrestling. What do you think about that? We like sports in this house. At least like high physical contact sports, especially fighting and martial sports. Basketball's kind of soccer's kind of football's a little better, but still mostly we love hockey, we love wrestling, we love boxing, we love MMA, but I don't know, if there's a sport with a ball, sometimes they're a little boring. What kind of apples? Well, Honey Crisps are obviously like A+ #1 apple. Cosmic Crisps are kind of behind right now because they're like the lab, most recent pop-off lab apple, you know, grown in a lab. They're good. They're definitely not Honey Crisp level. And then I would say 3rd place for me is Fuji apple, but I want Fuji apples when they're very ripe, not when they're like squishy, but when they're like super duper sweet. Is when I like the Fuji apple the most. But Honey Crisp, #1 apple. Can't go wrong there. NASCAR? NASCAR's okay. NASCAR can be boring, but also it can be lame. I would say the more dangerous it is, it would definitely be more entertaining. So I feel like if they're going like straight shot, could explode. I don't know, what is that, like Formula 1? I haven't watched ever racing sports really though. Maybe we gotta get into horse racing. I don't know. There's an anime about it. She's starting to get teeth, so she sticks everything in her mouth. It's funny hearing her shouting at toys for not fitting in her mouth. That is hilarious, Matt. I wish we had more like little videos and stuff of my niece when she was that age. Cause sadly, right, you know, she was born in the middle of COVID, so I didn't get to really hang out with her much for her first year or so of her life. Oh yeah, I don't think I talked about this yet. 2 big things happened. Once a new baby goat has spawned on the goat. Ooh, second I officially reached UNC status. What is UNC status? Husna. But also new baby goat! Mama Elska's gonna be so happy to know that another goat has spawned into this world. Mama Elska wants a goat so bad. Whenever the time comes where we could save up and we get some property with like a little bit of land, she has 3 things that she wants. She wants a horse, she wants 2 donkeys, and she wants some goats. She specifically wants some of those fainting goats, the mini tiny miniature goats, but she wants a goat nonetheless. As an uncle? Is that uncle status? Are you uncle too? I'm the same way with citrus. Sophie, I go back and forth with citrus too. Like, I love oranges. I'm one of those people that also really enjoy eating just lemons and limes. Like, I will just eat a lemon and lime. Like, I'm like, no lemonade, no juice. Give me the fruit. I love citrus as well. I also, like, if I ever get, like, a Gatorade or, like, a popsicle or something, most people are like, oh, I want the strawberry. I want the blue raspberry. Nah. Give me the lemon. Give me the orange. Give me the lime. That's where peak is. No, you may not have my apple. Football sucks now because people kept getting traumatic brain injuries, so they made it safer, more boring. True. We love it when people get into boo-boos. That's why we prefer straight up actual fighting, like MMA and boxing and kickboxing and stuff. Also hockey. People have straight up will die on that ice so fast. They, I think, have also become a little bit safer, but it is fun watching them fight. Chess boxing. I feel like I've heard about that before. There's also, what is it? I remember I was showed it not too long ago. There's, like, knight fighting, like armor fighting. I need to do that. That sounds like it was made for me. No scurvy. No scurvy for me. Give me my vitamin C. Didn't you like melon? I forgot the name. Yes! Honeydew is one of my favorite foods ever. I love honeydew. That is my absolute favorite. The only thing is that honeydew is probably the least popular of the melons to find in a grocery store. You'll always find watermelon. You'll always find cantaloupe. But honeydew, really, you only find it in season. That's why it kind of makes me sad. Which is why I really like going to places with Chinatowns or any sort of like Koreatowns or anything like that, because they respect the melon flavor and specifically the honeydew flavor. And I can just always find it. Honeydew something there. Uncle Status got a 2-month-old poop and cry machine in the house now. Congratulations, Husna. I'm happy for you to get extended family members. Welcome to the niece and aunt and uncle squad. You have joined the likes of me and all the other uncles and aunts in here. Not an uncle, but a godparent. Oh, still. My old cat loved cantaloupe. Armored MMA. That's what I need. Thank you, Nightmare. I need to participate in that. The one thing that sucks about me wanting to do any sort of martial art is there's a very large disparity when it comes to training with women. There are very few classes or teachers that are women, and though I would still be fine, it's just the factor that I still want to be able to have like another girl like to train against and stuff. But it's like every time like I think about it, it's always just like here's like 12 boys in the class, and then like, yeah, that's fine, like I would be up to it and stuff, but I don't know, there's like that sort of there's an extra welcoming aspect when there's another girl in there. There's shield boxing. I don't know if I know about shield boxing. Let me look that one up. Shield boxing. I got an actual boxer named Shields, which is hilarious. So I'll have to investigate that next time, maybe. I remember a show called Ultimate Joust or something that those guys got hurt. Yeah! I would love to figure out how to joust. I have never ridden a horse, but I would totally put in the effort. If there was ever people, like, an opening at one of those medieval shows, right? Where they do jousting and medieval shows and you're in the arena or whatever. They got a couple of those around the States. I would totally apply. Like, if there's an opening, put me in. I want to be a part of that. Honeydew is the best. Hey, watermelon is okay, but I hate cantaloupe. Interesting, Matt. Most people don't like honeydew. Mama Elska doesn't like honeydew. Watermelon is her favorite. And she likes cantaloupe, but she does not like honeydew very much. But then there's brother-in-law who is like cantaloupe stan. He doesn't like watermelon very much. He doesn't like honeydew very much, but he loves cantaloupe. So when you get one of those fruit platters, you need Brie around because once the strawberry pineapple are gone, I will eat all the honeydew. Still terrible. That's so funny. But yeah, whenever you get like those fruit platters, I will fight you with for at least a couple of bites of pineapple. Pineapple is a banger. But I will eat all the honeydew since I know nobody else will. So don't you worry. Invite me to the party. As long as not one of those weird ambrosia salads where you put all those fruit and melons, nuts, and marshmallows together, then I'm skipping it. I'm not a big fan. Bye, Barada. Thanks for hanging out. Please have a good day at work. Don't work more than you have to. Take care of yourself. I'm an old man. One line of wrinkles are added randomly somewhere on my body every time he's crying. That's so true, though. Every time I interact with my niece, I remember that I am getting old. It really hits you when you're hanging out with something while you're watching it grow. It's very strange. Imagine me picking someone up like Broly does Goku by the face whenever she has to fight someone. I would if I could, but I feel like actually, no, so I would have to crush their face, but I have tiny hands, so I would hope they have a tiny head for me to be able to do that. Go to a Renaissance fair. My very first Renaissance fair was last year. I would definitely love to, but I learned that it's kind of hard to get into those guilds that people have because they like prepare for the Renaissance festival and all their Renaissance stuff like year round. Like they do a lot of work. And getting into one of those guilds is usually really hard. And most of the time they have signs that when I was there, almost every single one of them said, "Not recruiting." I just went, "Oh, but I lived that." I was there. Well, I wasn't there for the medieval knights, you know, but I was there for all the Scandinavians hanging out. Man, come on. Well, my friend went to one recently with his family. I want to go to another one. The one that I went to was right at the end of summer. It was like the beginning of October. And it was just so hot. It was like 110 degrees outside, and it's kind of hard to enjoy yourself when it's 110 degrees outside. So I'm hoping the next one I can look into and find one that's like coming up in the spring or into like fall. Liking melons is relative. I think squishy, bland melons can ruin a fruit, but fresh and juicy make all of them really good. I agree. I would say out of all the melons, honeydew is the only one that I like fairly ripe and almost towards that squishiness. But if I were to have cantaloupe or watermelon, I want them more on that kind of crisper side. Like when you bite into a thing of watermelon and it's squishy, you're like, oh. But if it has that like nice bite, like you could chomp off just like a corner and it crisps off, that's like a perfect melon. But I like my honeydew a little sweet, so I'm fine with it being a little bit more ripe. Horse riding is interesting. I've only ever done a few runs around a corral and never went faster than a canter, but it is fun. Oh yeah, riding a horse itself sounds kind of spooky because there's a surprising amount of effort you have to put in on yourself too when you ride a horse. But it's just the factor that you have to put in a lot of effort to actually like communicate and control an animal is also really intimidating. Like there is a lot going into horse riding, and I will never ever like talk bad about horse riding. Like that is a lot you're putting in. Please no rich people food platter for the love of Lord. If it was a rich person food platter, it would be a giant charcuterie board, and it would have cheeses you can't pronounce and meats you've never heard of before. Animal you don't know. Why are you spilling the secret to my grandma's 7-in-1 salad? I'm sorry. It's almost like most people know how to make ambrosia. But I don't know if I trust people that make ambrosia with like the nuts. I feel like that's a little weird. Some people make it with mayonnaise. I feel like actually that's more weird than the nuts. Why are you putting like marshmallow fluffs in marshmallow and then you have put mayonnaise in it? I don't trust you. I don't trust you to make food. I just want to go to a con where my uncle has a booth. Oh, that would be sick. I definitely at some point want to have a convention where I have my own booth or something. Maybe one day when we hit like I don't know, a couple more thousand, maybe I'll be able to do that. Say hi to me in person. I go every year in summer, always end up being the hottest weekend. I feel like anything at a time you're really exciting for something, it's going to be something's gonna try to make it rough or try to ruin it for you. And for me, I agree, it's always gonna be the weather. I just tried to go for a jog like an hour ago, and that thing tried to push me over with how much wind is out there. And it's like, I just wanted to go over, and I was like, oh, I can't have anything nice in there. Make your own guild? I don't know how to do that. Also, I don't know if I have time to be the guild leader. I would rather join a guild, because then I don't have to put as much effort as, like, say, a guild leader. I've played World of Warcraft. I know what goes on in there. Yeah, the nice crunch of watermelon is very nice. I don't really want watermelon any other way. Like, if it's too ripe, I don't want it. That is true, Berserker. You do use a lot of muscles you don't normally use. A lot of core strength, too. You gotta stay balanced and like, really focused on top of that animal. I had so many rich people food platters, spam and nuts. Wait, they put spam and the nuts, that makes sense. But spam? They put spam on their charcuterie board? Tapioca pudding? I love tapioca pudding. Bro, stop spoiling the recipe. It tastes great. Why? With the mayonnaise? Does grandma put the mayonnaise with the marshmallows? Grandma, no! Ow! Why you like this? I don't have a muscle. If we make a guild, who would organize the raids? True. I guess technically we have a guild. Sophie, is your backyard still open for us? You got a raid strategies? I am very good. Came here just to throw. You know what? I respect that. I respect the want to come in just to cause violence. Masubi. I also like spam wasubi. Walnuts too. I respect the walnuts. The mayonnaise is concerning though. I'm gonna have to talk to Gran for you, Nami. Rowing at the gym is pretty good workout as well. Put on some Viking music. Yes! Man, there are so many more sports you kind of take for granted for how much it actually puts like physical effort into your body. Rowing is an excellent workout. Hi, I'm here from throwing. Hi, Leon. Good to see you. The raccoons took over his yard? That was where our clan guild house was supposed to be. Walnut, peanuts, pineapple smalls. Smells? Smalls? I mean, pineapple does smell, but it smells good. Bro, she's awesome. She followed directions on the box and somehow made the brownies taste way better. It's just like old lady magic. There's a point where it's gonna happen to any elderly woman once we get there. That's just instantly your cooking can become better. It's just like the heart it just purifies the batter, I guess. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to infiltrate the backyard and take down the raccoons, and then we get to have his backyard. What are we talking about? We're talking about fruits and charcuterie boards, melons and walnuts. We're also talking about working out, and sports and food. I guess food in general. I'm probably gonna go get me an apple after we're done working, working. Man, I'm already thinking about having to go to bed for work. Grape, melon, orange, and coconut shells. Huh. I'm assuming that's from a song. Grapes. Oh, that's... I love grapes. Oh, what's like everybody's preferred grape? Because I feel like there's like just a solid stance people take with grapes. Like, Mama Elska does not like budging on green grapes. She's a #1 green grapes. The rest of them are eh. Just green, purple ones. I've actually learned I like so normally it's like green or purple. They started carrying, I think there's just black grapes at my grocery stores. Like, there's usually 3 kinds, and I think they're just black grapes. And I've come to really like those ones. They have like as you've learned, I like things that are fairly sweet. Whereas green grapes have a little bit of sour to them. I don't know, those black grapes are like just like a good, solid, subtle sweet, and I really like them. Green grapes? Ooh, a lot of green grape stands. I would definitely put mine with, I think it would go purple, black, and then green grapes. Like, I will eat grapes if they're presented in front of me, but if I'm at the store and I have to choose, I'll probably just get purple. The second they start getting squishier and less green, I start letting them go bad, since no one else eats anything in the fridge. I've had those problems before, too. But I've been in this loving fruit really recently, so I've been eating a lot of grapes, a lot of apples, a lot of grapes, a lot of oranges. As long as the grapes don't have seeds in them, I'm okay with whichever. Grapes with seeds traumatize me. Again, eating grapes with seeds or like olives with seeds, like pits. I think the only acceptable fruit out there that you could eat with like that's mouth size is cherries. Because at the very least, I feel like cherries are crisp enough of a fruit that you can eat around it very easily. Lychee's good too. I've never actually had a place to actually have like a lychee that I could just buy and I could eat itself. Whenever I get lychee, it's always like with something. Like there was not too long ago, like 2-3 months ago, I went to this man, I don't remember what kind of restaurant it was, but it had a curry in it, and it was and that curry had lychee in it, and like only having like meals with lychee or drinks with lychee is the only time I get to have like the actual fruit and like the flesh of the thing. I've never actually been able to get the fruit, and I want it. I want an actual fruit. I'm probably gonna have to go to like an Asian market or something for it. I've heard about the cotton candy grapes. I haven't seen them. I am too scared to try them. I feel like they might eat my teeth. I'm going to bed. This rain has left me devoid of energy and motivation. No worries, Raymond. Get your rest. I'll be honest, I'm a big fan of taking naps during the rain too. Really nice. But that's just me. I'm a big fan of rain. But I hope, nonetheless, you have a good slumber there, Raymond. I like blueberries, but only when they actually have flavor instead of just the texture. I agree. A common thing with me is I usually like the fruit when they're more on the ripe side because they have more of the flavor, in my opinion. Like, I think the only couple that I don't want to have super ripe is like watermelon and like raspberries. But blueberries, I like them when they're a little squishy, a little ripe. Blackberries, I like when they're a little squishy and ripe. My honeydew. Oh, apples, of course. I want apples to be like peak ripe. I want that crunch. Man, I want an apple. Okay, maybe I just need to go to Asia supermarket. Maybe I could convince Mama Elska to let me drive. Because, oh, I guess that's something we can talk about. I have been driving lately. Not too long ago, I passed my permit. I'm finally getting the gall to not be afraid of cars. I know it took me a while, but I didn't understand how they work, okay? I was in an iceberg for 2,000 years. Give me a break. But, I've been getting the courage to drive, and I've driven I've driven 2-3 times since we last talked, and I'm very proud of myself. How fast have you gone? I have not gone on a highway yet. I'm very scared of the highway. Yeah, it's been 2,000 years, and I finally have a permit. But I have not gone on the highway yet. We gotta figure that out. The fastest I think I've gone is like 50 or 60. I technically have been on the highway, but I just went from exit to exit. I don't really count it as driving on the highway. But I'm fairly proud. The last time I did it, I went to pick up stuff with brother-in-law, and he gave me a solid B. So I'd say I'm getting there. I'm improving, and hopefully I'll be able to drive. I have not done a fruit tier list. I could totally do that while we keep talking. Dragon fruit is disappointing. Tastes like fruity water, but we only have the mildest variety to try. I like dragon fruit, but I think it's another one where you gotta let it ripen a bit for it to get squishy so you can taste more of the sugary juices. But yeah, I don't really like getting dragon fruit itself because I usually like I said, it takes some ripening, and then you could just miss it by a day to, in my opinion, have like the perfect dragon fruit. So usually when I have dragon fruit, I usually get it like in the grocery store, like pre-cut, and then I'll eat it the same day because it's usually like right when it's good to eat. I forgot my window open in the windy rainstorm, woke up and luckily had a towel nearby. I haven't had rain in forever. This rain. But yeah, I've done that before. I have done where like, oh, I'll go to work, and then I leave my window open, and then like my entire window seal and like the floor is soaked. I also tried driving for the first time ever last Sunday. I don't have the iceberg excuse. Hey, this day and age, it is so expensive to drive. Gas prices, car insurance, cars, it's so expensive to drive. So I do not blame you. You know, don't ever be like, I don't have an excuse, especially because there are people who actually have just never learned to drive. I know a couple of people from like work and that I've met through the time I've been awake who just don't drive. Like, they're just like, yeah, I just like work the same job as like my wife, so I don't really see a problem with it. My wife. It always comes to my brain when I say that. So I mean, there's something to feel bad about. Oh great, now she's mobile. You can't hide from me now. How does a car differ from a Viking ship? Is it easier or harder? Well, I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember a proper ship from my day. I've only ever been on ones that are left over these days, since, you know, I don't remember much from back then when I was a wee lass before the iceberg. But well, one is land, one is sea. But I would say it's really like the full control you have is kind of terrifying. I know you do when you're on a boat, but in a car, how quickly you could just do whatever is kind of like the scariest part. One misstep, right? And you could go off the street. Best way to scare your mom is by asking which pedal is cast and brake. I do it with my mom every time. That's actually hilarious. I should do that. She would probably never let me drive again. Highway, country roads, smaller towns are fine. Driving in cities sucks. That is something I am scared about whenever I go, like whenever I visit family, because they live in some, like grandparents live in, like, a much bigger city. That's definitely, like, the fear of, like, when I'm like, oh, the drive there isn't too bad, and then I get into town, I'm like, what do I do? Everybody's trying to kill me. That's the scariest thing. Like, whenever I go to big cities, say, like, Chicago or San Francisco, everybody's trying to kill you. LA is terrifying. I don't understand why these people in such a hurry to get to the red light. Like, why do you want to try? Why am I gonna die? Because you're impatient. Matt, I think I've learned at this point that there are very few fruits I just don't like. I love peaches. I love nectarines. I love mangoes. I have driven, don't get a license. Are you saying I should not get a license? I need to at this point, because I need to be able to help out the family more. My driven want to be able to get my license is two things. One, to be more flexible and more helpful for my family, especially as Sister Elska has work and stuff too, to be able to like babysit my niece and stuff, and then to be able to have more opportunities when it comes to a job. I am stuck with my job because it is just in an easy distance. So if I get like a car, maybe I could be able to go more into town and get something of a better opportunity. 20 miles, that's true. Mossy, I am not expecting myself to crash. I will say I luck out with the Mama Elska's car. She has one of those fancy cars. Oh, I don't know, it's not really fancy itself, but it has all the safety stuff built in. So it has like the lights that beep and warn you when something's nearby. Has a backup camera. You know, I feel like it's really compensated for me not knowing what I'm doing. I didn't bother getting my license till after I was done with college, since I couldn't afford another vehicle when I was old enough. I didn't need one until after college. Yeah, Matt, like there's like really no rush to get a car at all these days. It does suck that like our world here does revolve a lot around vehicles, but we're in this point in time where like if you have the ability to not need one, like if you're still with your parents or you share one with your spouse, like anything like that, like to minimize the need for a car is like actually very beneficial, because that thing is expensive. It's not really the city that's the problem, it's the other. That is true at Grishtar. That is my fear, is the drivers. I agree. There are some roads that are terrifying. I have been down some country roads and some out there roads that are pretty terrifying to drive on. Very thin roads that are still somehow two lanes. I'm talking to you, Ireland. But yeah, it's definitely the other drivers that you have to be careful of. Every time anybody ever talks to me about driving, they're always defensive driving. You gotta know how to react to other people. Don't let them do this. Make sure you take care of yourself. It's always that. When I transitioned from Viking ship to cars, it took me a while to figure out how you can row a car gently down the street. The fact that you can just go in a car is, I think, the most impressive thing. It's also the most terrifying thing. I'm plowing the ground, too sunny, I can't see what I'm typing. Please don't hit any acid pipes. Please don't burn your face off. You know, be careful, Mossy, at work. Here's how cities work. Assume 10% of the population is stupid, either driving or crossing the road. Now give massive numbers of people and you increase the number of stupid. Yes. Mama Elska always tells me, think about the stupidest person you know, then like double it, and that's how many people are driving. that's how she always tells me, like, so now you understand why you gotta look out on the road. US is big, that is true. US is very big. I'm currently in a slow-moving tractor and I hit a small ditch and the back window fell and went in a crack. That's not good. But that is like, yeah, you could be going at like 5 miles an hour and you could still have something just completely awful happen. Also, I'm sorry that happened to you. Can you get out of the ditch? Are you okay? Can you, hopefully it's not gonna be too expensive to fix that. You haven't lived until you blast down a country road going 80. Oh man, you know, there are probably for where I live, there are probably places where I can do that. There are some decently boony places where I live. Gotta love driving on the very edge of a tall cliff on a narrow road. No, I hate that. It was like when I went to Ireland, that was like half of the roads we went on. It was terrifying, and they were 2 lanes, so you would have to like drive slightly curved off the road to let people go by. And they just would go. It was so crazy. Like, I understand they're used to it and they're like, we'll take that centimeter to pass you, like to make sure we don't hit, right? Like they will take that chance. We were like, renting this car. Also, do we hit you or do we fall off the cliff? That is true, Nami. Yeah. I would assume going up from stone cars would definitely change it. Also, automated vehicles. And at work, though? You're not at work? What are you doing plowing the ground? You planting some cherry trees? One of the... Oh, yeah. Yeah, dumbest person. Yeah, think of me. Think of me when you're driving, and then most of the people on the road are 10 times dumber than me. So, yeah, use me as your basis. I 100% accept that. And thankfully, I live in an area with good public transit. I wish I did. If there's one thing I'm envious about, like, the west, like west, like, big cities, and east, big cities, like New York, Boston, Seattle, LA, like those big cities that I don't know how people afford to live in, but they usually have all these good gosh dang public transits, and why can't I have that? I understand I live in the middle of nowhere, but come on. Is 80 fast? I think 80 is fast. I don't know yet, but a lot of thorns. Well, why don't you plant a nice little orange flower for me? So that you can never escape the thought. I exist in your garden. My father always told me the same thing. Always keep looking in the mirrors for cars. Keep your eyes out for anything. As if he hasn't told me since I got my permit 5 years ago. Yeah, I don't think there's a single day, even when I'm not driving, I'm sitting in the passenger seat, anything happens, like some guy doesn't turn on his blinker or something, Mama Elsa would just go, don't be that guy. Some guy speeding down in like the middle lane, don't be that guy. Just immediately, Mama Elsa was just like, learn from the people around you. Not my first time in a ditch. I'm out of the ditch, but that little arachnid is nowhere to be seen. Uh-oh. Well, please don't get bit by the Black Widow. I don't think you can die from a Black Widow bite, right? It's just you're gonna want to die. Bro, the drive home from a wedding in October stressed me because my sister went for the road at the edge of this continent, big cliffs to the Pacific. Oh, that made me shiver just thinking about it. That was the same way, like when we, like, my biggest equivalent is going to Ireland, because that's, like, the smallest roads I've ever seen. But, like, when we were going up to the cliffs of Moher, it was so scary, because you could just look to your left, and there's just a drop into the water. And then it'll be a couple of trees, nice little trees, yay, and then cliff. It was so, like, anxiety-driven. I completely relate, Nami. You have like 4 hours before death. They will kill you? But you have more time to deal with it. Unlike, say, like a rattlesnake. Brown recluse bites suck so hard. I can gladly say I have never been bitten by a spooky spider. I probably haven't been bitten by spiders. Plenty. We're more in a tarantula area though, so I haven't seen any like scary non-hairy spiders before. Well, yeah, I would also not recommend getting bit by a Black Widow. I would agree. Here in Florida, if you're not going a 70 plus on the highway, you're either still slow or you're getting stuck behind an old man driving a luxury car at 55. Florida sounds just bat crazy, dude. But I will say it goes for any real, like, major large city. I don't know how anybody drives in New York, especially. Like, Jersey. Anywhere in Florida, like Tampa. LA is terrifying. Chicago's terrifying. I don't know how anybody does that. I will say the scariest drivers I've ever seen have been from Chicago. Whenever we go to Chicago, there are straight up people that will risk their life and play chicken with you. It's crazy. Every time we go, there has not been a time where we have not had like a handful in one day of people just straight up just being like, I'm gonna do it and you're gonna figure it out. LA actually has a huge metro system. Every judge prefers to drive. Really? I actually did not know that. I have only ever been to LA like 2 or 3 times. LA kind of intimidates me. Because it's just so full. It has so many people. We have brown recluse, black widows, and scariest of all, funnel spiders. They're so aggressive. Okay, are all of those venomous? I'm West Coast, right? So we got tarantulas. I think the biggest scare is probably our scorpions. A lot of snakes. We got rattlesnakes and stuff, you know. We got all those snakes down out here, though. When tilted on a very deep ditch, I am pretty calm than I should be. Was sitting in the tractor that was hanging off an edge for 5 minutes. Then a guy came up and asked when we're not getting out. You're just like, I'll figure it out. Don't you worry, partner. I'm glad you're not hurt after that coinky dink incident. But yeah, at least for my driving, I know I have a lot to figure out. The hardest part is the factor of going between vehicles. Like, so I've mainly driven in Mama Elska's car, but I've also driven in Sister Elska's and Brother Elska's, and they're like completely different cars. Like, Brother Elska's has like much more stiff brakes. Mama Elska's are like very, very loose, so you can like hit your big toe on it slightly and then you go. It's the changing of vehicles is definitely like the hardest thing. So I feel like it will definitely be better once I have something that's, I don't know, not necessarily mine, but something that I get to use regularly that I can get comfortable in. Hunter's Man is fun? Is that another type of spider? I went to New York with the whole family driving from here, Florida to New York, and my father can't drive in the crazy traffic. You could just admit a giant truck. He says he will You can drive in the craziest traffic you can imagine in a giant truck, and he says he will never go there again, I'm assuming. I've been to New York once, and thankfully I didn't drive. I actually stopped by New York on my way to Ireland, and I only stayed there for a day. So I didn't really get to experience New York, but I will say it is busy. I went there and it was like a Tuesday, and we went for a walk around like town, Times Square, whatever the heck that place is called. And it was still like peak work hour. It was like 11 a.m. People should be at work. It was still full. There are so many people there. MD is not bad unless it's Beltway on rush hour. I don't think I trust anything when it's rush hour, to be fair. What was the recent big Australia spider again? Oh, I don't know. I can see the spider in my head. I know which one you're talking about. I don't remember the name, though. I don't live with many dangerous animals, to be honest. My biggest scare is maybe the occasional sick pigeon. Down out here, we got a lot of things. We got bats. There's definitely a lot of bats. Scorpions, snakes. I mean, we have spiders, but it's mainly tarantulas. I don't know really else. Oh, of course we got like the bigger mammals out there too. We got like mountain lions and stuff. There's probably plenty more I'm not thinking about. My life is fun. Your life sounds very busy and dramatic, Night Shifter. I don't envy you, but also I kind of envy you. I feel like it would kind of be fun to live your life constantly on event after event. Hey, he's watching that's true. It could, hopefully nobody's actively doing anything important and having me distract you. That's definitely a worry. He will never drive in New York again. The only one time I drove, like, was in a car in New York was when we got a taxi to go from airport to hotel. And that dude was insane. And it wasn't even like him as a person was crazy. It's just like, to be able to drive there, you have to drive like you're insane. Like, if you need to get over, you're not asking to get over. You're getting over, right? If you need to get fat, like if you need to get to that turn, you're getting to that turn. You're not asking questions. Like, you have to. It was super scary, but also impressive. I'm not keen on New York. I didn't mind it. It was definitely really different. I would say out of the bigger cities, it's one of the ones I liked more. Like, I liked it better than LA. I liked it better than... I liked it better basically than most California. I liked it better than San Francisco. I liked it better than Chicago. But I still think my favorite big city is probably Seattle. Not doing much. Just doing like the most important surgery ever known. I'm about to go on the rocket ship to space, you know, and I'm just listening to Beebs. Don't worry about it. Ollie, sadly, no. I do not allow those kind of things. But what else is going on? I will also be going, speaking of going places, at the end of April, at the end of the month, I will be going on vacation. Per usual, I won't say where till after I get back, but it's going to be very exciting. I'm going to a new place I've never been, which will be very, very exciting. But yeah, I will be gone for about a week, so there will be a week where I won't be streaming, but I'll still make sure I check in with you guys every now and then. But yeah, we'll have a fun... I think this is definitely a trip I'll be able to I'll try to take a lot of pictures of and talk about when I get back, because I feel like it's definitely a it's gonna be a fun one. Maui, maybe. I'm just hoping the thing that ends up taking me is ocean related, not desert. Are you more of a seaside person? Do you like your beaches and your oceans and stuff? Are you one of those people that want to do like the crazy fishing, like you want to go swordfish fishing or something, try to catch like a barracuda? I don't know. There's a friend of mine who's always like, I want to go down to Florida. I want to rent a boat and I want to go get like sword fishing. I want to go Hawaii and go get one of those monster creatures and fish them up. I'm just like, I don't stabbed. You know, like those fish can kill you. Like they will stab you. Hope you have a good time. Don't get burned by the sun. I'm gonna try not to. I'm going right at peak spring. Right, I'm going at the end of the month, so hopefully it won't be too bad. But it's definitely gonna be experience, and I'm gonna try to take a lot of pictures and stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. But yeah, I will be busy towards the end of the month, where I will be gone for about a week and a half. And I don't know, I'm just very, very excited. I want to talk about it so bad, but I know I can't. I know I can't. I want to deal with the invasive lionfish. Ooh, invasive lionfish. What do I look like that guy? Invasive lionfish. Invasive species, Atlantic Ocean, Caribbean Sea. In Indo-Pacific region. Do they taste good? That's really my only question. Do they taste good? I'm sorry, but all these videos, like short videos, it's giving me like TikTok reels and stuff. It's a good day today for some lionfish extermination. That's hilarious. A week without BB. I'm sorry. It won't be a total week without me. I will still make sure I check in with you guys. I will be in a different time zone. So it might be, but I will still be checking in. Though you guys are probably at this point used to me saying hi at 3 a.m. So they're poisonous? Oh, so you just do it for the sport, I see. I don't think they taste good. I guess if they're poisonous, probably won't taste good. Honestly, I enjoy snowy wood or a mountaintop kind of person. Me too, Igristar! I want to go north somewhere so bad. I want to go, I want to go to like a good mountain climb at some point. A good hike. And I want it to be in a foresty area, you know, high up, maybe a little damp, a little rainy. I would love that. You know, I want to go like up in the mountains in like Montana or Washington, Oregon, like that little corner. Like that's what I want to do. Like a Yellowstone, like I would totally down to go down to Yellowstone. Lionfish and Burmese pythons are the only animals you can kill here in Florida without getting in trouble. You may even get paid. Yeah, I've heard about the Burmese pythons. Isn't there a lizard out there that's also invasive? I don't think you can kill it like that, but isn't there another lizard out there that's invasive? Mahi is a good fish. Mahi. Whoa, that's a green fish if I've ever seen one. That is a green fish. Green and blue. It looks yummy. I want to fish. I want to go fishing. I haven't gone fishing. I think since like the third week I went out of the ice. They were like, "What do you like to do?" And I was just like, "I like to go outside." And they're like, "Okay, we'll go camping, and we'll get to know you better." So I haven't gone fishing forever, because I mean it's not really fair that when I got out of the ice a year later, the big bad COVID started, so I didn't really get to do anything. You should make sure to make it to Olympic Peninsula someday. It's amazing. Oh, I want to. Let me get some pictures out here. Yeah, Olympic, yeah, Mount Olympus and Olympic National Park. I want to go there so bad. I'm a little sad, so they're not there anymore, so I think I could talk about it, but my grandparents used to live just outside of Seattle, towards that direction, and I never got to have the opportunity to go up there. So even when they lived there, so I'm gonna try to at some point just make like a trip, I don't know, do like a Tucker and Dale and rent out like the grossest looking cabin, but I still want to I wouldn't even be in it. I'm gonna go sleep in the mountains. I hope I find Bigfoot. Maybe Mothman will come over from the Midwest and say hi to me. I don't know. Lionfish are insanely invasive. Are they really that bad? That's kind of crazy. The iguana is also another animal you can kill without getting in trouble too. My mother says they are good. Iguana, that's what it was. I think there was like a lizard that you could do. There's so many invasive species in Florida. Remember when snakeheads took over? Yeah, I was told about how you can like actually go hunting for these animals and like turn them in for money. I might visit Florida. Dangerous helping ocean impossible pay. Sounds fun. I feel like Florida is a place to visit and it's definitely not a place to live. The few times I've been to Florida twice, and I hate it. I hate Florida. It is ugly. It is completely humid, like full of humidity. That it's just like you sleep and you wake up and it's like you were stuck in rain. It is awful. It is flat. It is not like that comforting like forest green. It's like this weird tropical, like I'm sitting there expecting Jack Sparrow to pop out and be like, "Where's the rum?" And like for Alex the lion to show up, you know, like I just don't like it. Mothman, no. Mossman, yes. No, no Mossman. I don't want him showing up. God, no. I would be backpacking a whole child if I had to do that. I don't think I can handle that when I'm sitting there trying to climb the mountains. Mothman's fun. I do like Mothman. The Mothman Build-A-Bear at some point, but they keep selling out. Yes, the rum is gone. No! My rum! Talk to Tanks about that. Tanks to explore. I'm actually 100%. If there's ever a time I go up there, I'll probably ask for advice from Go Tanks. I definitely trust the Go Tanks. He'll go to the Everglades and catch some Bernese pythons. They'll pay out pretty good. I will say the Everglades were fun when I went. But I didn't want to go there all the time. I went to the alligator farm, the alligator sanctuary, and that was really fun, seeing all the little gators and stuff run around. But I definitely don't want to live there. I don't know how people live there at all. Cause when I went for a family reunion, right? So it was all family. And even with the factor that I had the compensation of like, I get to hang out with my family, I still never want to go back. I hate Florida. I've been all over the Northwest, super cool places. It's the stuff movies are made of. Yes, I want to be just like Bella from Twilight. I want to run around in the forest. Right? That movie's filmed in Seattle, right? Right, somewhere in Washington? Or was it Oregon? I don't remember. There's a legit hunting season for Burmese pythons in the Everglades. That's when you get paid, and some people find massive pythons there. The Everglades are actually terrifying. Dude, I don't know if anybody's seen, but there's that one guy who makes like short form content. I don't know if it's TikTok or YouTube Shorts. But he goes out in the Everglades without shoes, in like just shorts, and he just picks up and walks through the whole place. I don't know how he's not dead, but he just takes his camera and he gets lost in the swamp. And I'm just like, what? How are you not dead? All I can say is Oregon has just about everything. I do trust that. I've never actually been to Oregon. I want to though. That area of the states is like my dream place. The Oregon, Washington area. I've been watching Swamp People Serpent Invasion. This is exactly what they're talking about. They found legit minister lizards and green anacondas. Is it just the Everglades that are point in the states where like anything can thrive? Is that what it is there? Can you just put something in there and then it's just like, yeah, I like it. Yeah, Massive Legend. Is that how it works there? Can you just put something there and then it's fine? Oh, my screen. It went to sleep. Yoink Guy? Is that his name? Yoink Guy? I don't remember, like, at all the videos. I just remember the feeling I had watching those videos of the guy just walk through the swamp, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? What kind of diseases are you gonna get just for walking barefoot, let alone animals want to eat your toes? Tanks goes out more than me, so can vouch. Ooh. You gotta tell me all the good spots to see, Go Tanks. I definitely, maybe once I get a bit more better at driving and I get my license, I kind of want to do an adventure into like the Yellowstone area and that northwest area. Bless me, Go Tanks. I trust you. That's my boy right there. The confidence he has is overwhelming. I feel like it must be like the aura he has, like when he enters the swamp, that the creatures are just like, it's him. You know, we have our own tall tales of like things that live in the dark and in the swamps and some Scooby-Doo things. I wonder if they think that barefoot swamp man is like their own cryptid, like for the swamp, and they're just like, everybody hide, he's back. Like they're seeing the Benadryl man with the hat. He has a good read on the animals, that's for sure. Like, that's impressive. I won't take away the factor that he's surprisingly skilled at what he does, but he's straight up living on the edge. One thing I will eventually absolutely pop out and eat him. 100%. Excuse me. Although you're running out of time to see the coolest thing at Oregon, they are closing Crater Lake next year for a restoration. Oh, well, I mean, that's actually very uplifting, the factor that there's a restoration going on. But, dang, they're closing late next year. Man, okay, so I don't have a lot of time, so I gotta speed run my license. Because, man, I want to see everything up there. Deepest lake in the U.S.? What? Everybody road trip to Crater Lake. All right, everybody, make sure you sign your papers. Tell your parents to sign your papers. Either bring money or pack your lunch. Okay? We're aiming for it in like 4 months, okay? Everybody. I need the permission slips by June, okay? And in your hand all your permission slips in to Nightmare. And we'll be ready to go sometime in June, okay? I need them by June. But dang, yeah, I definitely want to go. I definitely want to go. If you need a bag lunch, you'll have to sign up with Sloofy. Yes, if you need a provided lunch, please talk to Sloofy. We will make sure we bring plenty of hot dogs for backup. But you never know. What if like 6 other people forget their lunch and then we're out of hot dogs? We gotta prepare to these things, alright? So make sure on the paper you write need lunch, have lunch, or bringing money. You know, it is a long drive, right? So we will be stopping by some gas stations. So make sure you bring some cash if you need it. That would be fun. If there was actually a possibility, if I were to ever actually have like a meetup, I would definitely love it to be like, hey guys, we're going to the forest. No, I won't kill you. We're going fishing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I haven't had a hot dog in forever. I've been on a pretty strict diet because we may be getting some more answers of what's wrong with my tummy. So I'm actually been off of my tummy meds for about a week now, and I have to do it for probably another 2 weeks. Cause I'm gonna get my tummy checked out with a camera, and they have to make sure it's like all settled in there. So I have to do like, I've been having to be pretty strict. My diet has been hummus and protein shakes. So, I've been lacking. Oh, and apples, of course. I have been lacking in the ability to have any high fat, any high sugar, anything items. Yeah, I'm not allowed to have anything that has high sugar, high fat, or high acid. Anything that makes your tummy do things. You've been eating apples? I'm not supposed to be, but I'm eating apples anyway. I feel like an apple can't be that bad. Professional fisher. I love fishing. I'm one of those people, like, I don't really have a want to do boat fishing, though. I do like fishing on the dock or the side of the lake or whatever. I don't know about the boat fishing, though, because, okay, I don't know about open water fishing, I guess I should say. The fishing and trying to catch, like, actual dangerous sized fish sounds so crazy to me. So the gallbladder's going out. We don't think it's that. So I've had it since I've woken up from, like, ever since I've woken up from the eyes. And Mama Elska has been hit with it for the last year or so, and we thought maybe it was just like like it runs in the family, right? So if it started all the way back when I was like peak and living in my time, and then our bloodline continued and it carried all the way to Mama and all that, we thought maybe it's like a family thing, but we are actually thinking it might be that I have an invasive bacteria living inside my tummy. Yay! So they think it actually is when I got out of the ice that I passed it around to Mama. That is just an idea, though. We don't get to know until they actually check out my tummy. To which I have to stop taking my meds. Can you beat it up? I hope so. Oh, that's fun. Isn't it great? Isn't it great? What's wrong is Mossman encouraged you to eat all that wild stuff and drink all that wacky sodas. You know what? If I got it from the dirt soda... No, that's not true. I've had it way before then, but it would be kind of hilarious if it was, like, because I drank butter soda. It'd be kind of funny. Punch your tummy. True! You're right. Let me just, like, fall down on a rock a couple of times. Let's see what happens. My personal experience, I caught more fish from rivers than boats. Caught more fish from rivers than I have lakes, actually. Do you think you could eat like an alphabetical nugget so every time bring the camera in, you spell out a message in your tummy like subscribe? That'd actually be hilarious, but also I don't know if I'm that skilled. I don't know if I could eat that many nuggets that fast. But they do have alphabetical nuggies. It's the same people that make the dino nuggies, make the alphabet nuggies. I'm spreading the Viking version of bubonic plague. More people would be dying if it was a bubonic plague, okay? Got it from the grass soda. Yeah, if they use real grass, that could absolutely be a problem. It all started from the Easy Bake. Hey, no, it started before the Easy Bake. But I will say I wouldn't be surprised if the Easy Bake, like, escalated the situation. Because, I did a lot of garbage to the Easy Bake Oven. I should do another Easy Bake Oven. Hold on, I need to see it. The Easy Bake Oven has been phasing out, and it's kind of hard to find Easy Bake Oven stuff. Easy Bake Oven mixes. So what we got? Oh, they have just the Easy Bake Oven website. Let's go. Oh, but they only shop. They don't sell any that's not. Oh, lame. The Easy Bake Oven website doesn't sell any just mixes. Okay, let's check Walmart. Oh, okay. Walmart got me. Walmart got me like 3 different ones. I haven't done these ones. Oh, Walmart's carrying cake, pizzas, cookies, donuts. Oh, snap, guys. What do you say about another Easy Bake Oven? Walmart's carrying more than they did last time we did it. That's crazy. There's so many, and they're so much cheaper than on Amazon. Wow, Amazon has it so expensive. It's $14 for the pizza one, whereas it's $8 over at Walmart. So I guess I gotta go to Walmart. I poison the bacteria out. After the shower, are you ready to eat some trash? Food? Do you got the nether sauce though, Sloofy? I don't know if you could count it if there's no nether sauce. Hi, Vorador! Was repairing my Joy-Con while listening to stream until a ribbon cable just snapped. Oh no! Terrified about opening up my Joy-Cons and trying to do anything with them. I know that I have drift in one of them, but man, I just accepted that. It's just gonna happen. It happens with all of Nintendo products at this point. My Wii U also has stick drift on it, and it just drives me nuts. But I don't want to open it. I sent you a bunch of links. That is true. You did go Tanks. When I went there, but at that time, the ones that were at Walmart were cheaper, so I went with those ones. I'm gonna have to see if I can find those. They have some aftermarket Halls sticks you can throw in there. Ooh! I'm gonna have to go look again. Ah! Because I want to eat the weird stuff. Like, I feel like the pizza cannot be good. Like, there is not any way that a pizza can be good. The pretzels were disgusting. Like, I don't know how we did that. It was gross. Got the nether sauce last week. It was terrible. What was the flavor again? Hold on. Nether sauce. Nether flame sauce. Red pepper, cayenne, crafted with fiery flavor, hot sauce is savory, garlic is subtle sweetness. Is it just fiery? Is it just a fiery sweet and sour? Is that what it is? No, McDonald's, you cannot have my location. Did not taste the garlic. Yeah, it looks like it would just be like a pepper flavor. Excited to play 80 plus games because Nintendo. You know, it's kind of crazy. The expectation they expect you to give money to them with Nintendo and this Switch 2 fiasco. I will say, I will give credit where credit is due. Some games will put their game on the cartridge. It is up to the producer and publisher of the game. So, like, I don't know how, but CD Projekt Red managed to fit all of Cyberpunk 2077 on that cartridge that's coming with the Switch 2. But for some reason, Nintendo first parties can't be bothered. And those are the ones you have to download. Like, it's crazy that it's like it's up to the people who are producing the cartridge. It's kind of drives me nuts. Like, if Cyberpunk can be put on a cartridge, most games should be able to be put on a cartridge if it's going on the Switch too. So there's like no excuse for some people. Like, some of these like remaster games are not gonna have, like, you could buy the physical copy and it won't have the game on the cartridge. And that makes me want to go scorched earth. Like, that makes me so mad. My Switch fund is 30% of the way there. I got zero. Switch 2 kind of pricey. We don't have the ability to pre-order still, I don't think either. It's a connection issue, and in addition to drift, oh, Vordor, I wish you luck, good sir. You know, you wanting to put in the effort to repair that yourself, man, I salute. Good luck. Are you getting Elden Ring Tarnished Edition for the new horse skins? You could dress up the horse? Is this Oblivion? Am I getting a horse armor? Not planning on it for now. Yeah, I don't even know if I'm allowed to get the, will ever be able to get the Switch 2 at this point. So when the Switch 2 comes out, we're gonna be enjoying our Wii U still. That's what we're not even gonna do Switch. We're going back. We're going to Wii U. Brie Switch fun. Dude, I don't know. The Switch still makes me angry. Like, I know I want one, and I'm going to get it for sure at some point, but it is just so expensive. Plus, on top of the things going on in the US, so it's probably going to be more expensive at some point. Probably. Like, it's so defeating. And then also, just straight up, the games are like $80, and then some of them won't even have the games on the cartridge when I like collecting physically. It's very defeating. Like, the whole Switch 2 situation is very defeating. The player was definitely riding on a different torrent, so I guess it's fair. If you could have horse armor, maybe. I want to play Elden Ring when I already own it on my PC, though. I think if I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna stick with my computer. I don't think I need it on, because if I ever want a portable anything for games that are already on my computer, I would probably just give me like a Steam Deck at some point. That is true. I didn't get the Switch at all until I got a handy down. So I didn't get it until Mama Elska got her version that she has, because I didn't even get my own. I share with Mama Elska. I just want to play Mario Party and Smash Bros with my siblings. That's so real, Sloofy. It is crazy to me the price gouging that the family console is. Like, that is insane. Like, they market it towards family and sharing it, and at this point they want you to have multiple because they want you to have the game sharing thing. And it's just like, if it's $500 for the Switch 2, I'm either gonna get a portable PC like the Asus or a Steam Deck. I'm not gonna put the Switch. Like, Nintendo did go from that direct of like, oh, it's so back, yay, Switch 2, to, oh, God. Everything's a nightmare. It certainly run better for me on the Switch, and the Switch 2 even better. That's fair. There are people who don't have, like, a beefy computer, so I do respect the investment for the Switch. At the very least, the Switch and Nintendo products, I understand because they are forced exclusives, and they have their own model that they will never break away from, whereas Xbox and PlayStation are already abandoning it for the PC market. So I will always understand buying a Switch or a Nintendo console because they are so stuck in their ways that if you really want something, I won't bat an eye. But if it's like PlayStation or Xbox, I'm just like, just wait 6 months and you'll play it on the PC. I don't know. 700 Canadian dollars. Ooh. Ooh. That's awful. I am so sorry, Sophie. What? It's like 482 or something, right, for the US? I don't know what that equivalence is for Canadian dollars. I'll probably get the Switch 2 at least next year, partly because I have my Switch 1 for less than 6 months, partly because this year is a year I traveled to the land of the rising sun. Oh, Mordor! That's actually really exciting. Yeah, I think mine will probably end up being a delayed Switch buy too, knowing myself. There's just so many possible games that I'm not too pressured on it. Like, I want it for sure on day one, but if I can't, I'm not going to stress about it. I'd rather buy my little brother's started PC. Yeah, I agree. Like, it's that, at that price, you can get something pretty decently better. The on-screen Twitch chat doesn't show when a message is highlighted. That's actually kind of lame. But at least the Steam Deck, you could totally not play Nintendo games. Yeah, totally not. Totally not like my PS Vita could totally not do that too. Play Bimbendo Bipty board games. I mostly use it as a poor man's Steam Deck anyway. I think that's what a lot of people do. You get like 4 Nintendo exclusives, and then you play like your platformers and stuff. Yeah, the cheaper in a Japanese version, because it just is in Japanese, right? If I ever actually finish investing time into actually learning Japanese and actually can read it, I feel like that's probably way worth it. So maybe just for the factor of forcing myself to learn the language, maybe we'll get the Japanese version. I feel like that might be worth it. But we are coming up on time here, guys, so I'm gonna start wrapping up. But yeah, I don't know what day I'm gonna do the chicken nuggies next week. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm thinking probably it'll be like Thursday, because that'll be closer to a day off. So if I die, I won't feel so bad, because I can just lay in bed. But yeah, so we'll be back today, on to Tuesday. And, let's see. Yeah. And then the week after that, the days will be up in the air because I will be leaving the next weekend. But, I'm gonna see if I can still fit things in there. I'm not quite sure. I gotta figure out my schedule still for the next week, but, or 2 weeks out. But next week at the very least, we will be back today and we will have some nuggies to kill me with. It's ridiculous that the Switch 2 with Mario is 500, but the Switch itself is 450. Yes, Ezekiel. So I already know I'm gonna force myself to get, I mean, I won't feel bad because Mario Kart is always useful. Whereas family, friends, anything, like, it always pays for itself in, like, the events and stuff you can have. But it is annoying that they did that. They know how much their game is for sure. But yes, thank you guys for hanging out. Night Shifter, Cloudy, Sloofy, Berserker, Nami, Vordor, good luck on repairing your Joy-Con. Night Shifter, Mossy, Go Tanks, Nightmare, Massive Legend, Husna, I just say Massive Legend, Akama, ow, Ezekiel, Matt the Beast, Raymond, Barada, Warrior. What else was here that I'm forgetting? Probably. Did I say Cloudy? I'm gonna say Cloudy again, just in case. I was too slow. Quick doodle for Brie began too late. Very sad. That's okay, Nami. You could save it for next time. You know, I always love and appreciate everything you do for me. I always look forward to your beautiful skills. They make my heart so full. No repairs anymore. New one has been ordered. Border, that's so real and also so funny. And Jordan, yes, Jordan, thank you. All right, guys, but I'm gonna head out. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you. It's very kind how you lie. I do not say. The picture you drew for me is still my Twitter banner. What are you talking about? I know. All right, everyone. You have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye, and see you soon. Bye.